There is an indie game that is probably one of my favorites that I really need to start playing more often, and it's a game called Screencheat. It's on PC, PS4, and Xbox One, and if you're looking for a local multiplayer game to play with friends, this is probably the best one you're going to get. There's also bot support if you don't have friends or if you can't find anyone to play online. And I like this game so much, I even bought it off of Humble Bundle as it has an exclusive skin, and it's DRM free. I don't know if the GOG version includes the skins that you get from this deluxe edition, but I do know that it's a really fantastic game. And basically what it is that it's a game where you have to look at your other opponent's screen, because the only way to get kills, which your unique and interesting variants of one-shot killing weapons, is to look at the other person's screen, hence the name Screencheat, since your avatars are invisible. And it's a really neat concept, and even the areas are purposely color-coded so you can generally find your opponent's location. It is generally good fun, and I haven't enjoyed a shooter like this, ironically, ever since fucking Doom back on, fucking Windows XP with Doom 95. Shit is a legit banger. And speaking of banger, the soundtrack is... Okay, I'm not gonna say it because I'm not a fucking Gen Z person, but the soundtrack by... I hope I'm saying this right. Cybertron is probably some of the best music for a game that fits the competitive nature of this game. It is simply chef's kiss. But that's not what I'm here to talk about the game on PC or console. What I'm going to be talking about is the Switch version, which is Screencheat Unplugged. Now, I made a tweet about this back in 2019, and the composer actually messaged me and asked me to DM. I'm not going to go into what we said because it's personal, it's private. What I am going to say is that this version is fucking terrible. There are really not a lot of videos talking about this, and honestly, I feel so ripped off. Like, if it were up to me personally, I would have absolutely refunded the game, and I never refund games, even games that I generally think are some of the worst games I've ever played. Fucking Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, whatever. I don't believe in refunding games. If you buy it, why fucking buy it again? That is just fucking asinine. The only time you do that shit is if your fucking copy breaks and you can't get warranty to replace it. It is literally the only time I've bought games a second time. That shit to me is just fucking stupid. Or the only other reason you would even think of selling or trading it in, which I also never believed in, is because you are short on cash and life unfortunately held you a wrong deal and you need to make that money. But I'm not going to get into that depressing shit. But what is depressing about Screencheat Unplugged is that it's just not a good version, honestly, and I have no idea what the fuck the developers are thinking. Like, let's go over the main issues of this game. First of all, they completely changed the aesthetic of the game. It's like completely cartoony now. I mean, yeah, I know the original had a lot of weird avatars or whatever, but they didn't really do anything, and I much prefer the UI in the other versions. It was nice. It wasn't like stupid cartoony bullshit. Like, just look at these two. It's like night and day, literally night and day. Not to mention, the fucking other versions of the game, you can play up to 8 players. On Switch, it's only 4. Why this fucking limitation? Like, I'm pretty sure Switch games can be played with up to 8 players, right? I mean, even fucking games on PS3 with that X-Men arcade game, or even some wrestling games could hold up to 6 players. So, what the hell? And for some weird reason, they tied, like, every fucking unlock based on player level, and you have to do shit like unlock maps, weapons, and avatars. I mean, yeah, I know in the other version you had to unlock avatars, but that was it. and weapon skins, that's it. But in this one, you literally have to unlock fucking weapons and fucking skins. And there's not even any online play. You literally have to play against bots enough until you can start using other stuff. Now, I'm going to go on a limb and say that I really am fed up with games like Smash Ultimate having so many unlocks that there is no fast way of doing them. And while I do believe having unlocks does make a game more rewarding that you actually unlocked it, Screencheat didn't even have any fucking unlocks or weapons and fucking maps in the original. So why implement them in this game? In a game that has no online to boot? It honestly makes no sense. Like, some of the maps are designed differently, but that's about it. Like, you literally have to reach rank 21 to unlock all the maps. It makes no sense. And even the weapons too. Like, this isn't fucking Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, and Split Screen, where you literally had to level up your offline account just to fucking use all the weapons. That shit was dumb as fuck. Or even fucking Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops 1. Or Black Ops 2, which I unfortunately missed out on one during its heyday. And people told me it was like the best Call of Duty game we're ever gonna get. But this game just... I just don't get what the fuck Samurai Punk did with this game. Seriously, what the fuck were they thinking? Like, why did they fucking make this weird-ass change and only make it for the Switch? But the thing that breaks the camel's back on my end is that they replaced the soundtrack with this kids shit, and it is honestly the most patronizing thing I've ever seen in my entire life. You have a badass composer making badass music for a game that you can't even really take seriously when you have the fucking announcer doing stupid shit. And even admittedly, I got a pretty good laugh when even grinding, getting fucking so many, double kills, successive kills that even the fucking person who does the message just, literally just says, "I'm done," and you hear him fucking leaving and all that bullshit. That is funny as fuck. But you're telling me you're going to make Screencheat literally a fucking kids version and removing the soundtrack? Are you kidding me? What the fuck is this bullshit? Why did they do this? And the thing is that when I brought this issue up in 2019, there has not been any word on why the fucking music was replaced. Like, again, I'm not going to go into what was said, but all I'm going to say is this. There has literally been no mention from any party as to why they decided to change composers. Maybe I'm not looking in the right place, or maybe it hasn't really gotten much coverage because, it's a fucking Switch game, which, it's on the Switch, so whatever. Like, I've seen some videos talking about it, but not in the same vein as this. And I actually really like Screencheat. It's a really good game. But to do this dishonorable service is just baffling as fuck. Do not buy this version. Get it on PS4 or Xbox One if you really want to, or even PC for you PC Master Race motherfuckers. Just do not buy it on Switch. It is a fucking terrible version. It is. You literally have to unlock things that were already made available in the fucking original version. And the scary thing is that I think this might replace Screencheat. I really think it might replace Screencheat. The game is kind of dead. It hasn't really got any updates. So I'm either guessing it's going to focus on the Switch, or they're going to eventually make it, eventually make the fucking Unplugged version the definitive version. And that's going to really annoy me. Like, with the fucking new consoles coming out, What if they're gonna make a Screencheat on PS5 and Xbox Series X and make it the Unplugged edition? That's gonna really annoy me. Screencheat is a fantastic game, but not on the Switch. This version on Switch is terrible. I can't really I cannot not recommend it enough. Like, if you want to buy this game, just buy it on anything else. Do not buy it on fucking Switch. Honestly, please do not buy it on Switch. And make sure you get the soundtrack too from Silotron. Please get his music. It is so good. It is an absolute banger. But that's it for now. This is ScapeROMFile, and I will see you all next file.